$2K. $2K. You think you're slick, don't you? Well, here's news, everybody. The Xbox One finally got patch 5, and shooting is definitely different. As y'all know, I had a Pure Sharp probably like almost immediately after the game, and by the second week I had him up to 90 overall. But then the infamous patch 4 hit. We all know about patch 4 and what it did to shooting, and nothing felt right since. But 2K, you outdone yourself. It's starting to feel right again. Like, I can release a shot and know if it's off, and I can call it if it's off, and if I feel like it should go in, it's going in most of the time. But y'all finessing. I'm a shooter in this game that pays a lot of attention to a lot of things in these shooting mechanics, and I've seen what you've done to the shot response system. Now, like most of you knew, if you had a wide open shot and it was a full white bar, you were missing it about 80% of the time. Because no matter what, that shot wasn't going to go in. But for some reason, shots that were slightly early or slightly late tend to go in a lot more than shots with a good release. But I've noticed something in these past games I've been playing, figuring out what they've done to shooting to make it feel right again. So they've flipped it for the most part. If you get a good release when you're wide open, I'll say you'll make it about 60% of the time. You're not going to make it as high as you should, like probably upwards of 70-80%, but you'll make it about 60% of the time. But you'll only make slightly early or slightly late about 30% or 40% of the time. But when I have a full bar, one that would have been good before patch 5, and after patch 5 it's telling me it's late, you've adjusted it. Now if you have a full bar that used to be a good release and it would brick, now it tells you you're either slightly late or slightly early as opposed to good. And good releases that would go in most of the time actually say good on them now. I know exactly what you've done and you're still finessing. But you know, I gotta give it props to you. Jump shooting feels like it should now. But I know exactly what you've done. You've changed the shot feedback. See, look, full bar slightly late and I missed it. Everyone knows that would have been a good release a bit ago, and that was a good release that would have missed. That's why it says it was slightly late. Just don't mess with jump shooting, except for if you're messing with contested shots. That's still broke. Like I said, I've been doing a lot of testing. When I hit 5 contested shots in a row, that's a problem, 2K. And I was purposely taking heavily contested shots. I made 5 in a row. 2K. You're too funny.